Okay, I'm just going to give everybody just a couple more minutes to arrive, and then we will get started, okay? I'm super, super excited to do this class tonight. We're going to really be diving into a lot of science. So if you got some in tune at home, I suggest you can put some on and really help you focus during this class. Or some peppermint to help wake you up. Just really, so you can really tune in. I'm going to try to keep this class to 30 to 45 minutes because I know everybody is super busy. And so that's what I'm going to attempt to do. And I'll do a little introduction here in just a minute. Some of you guys can know a little bit about the person behind the screen. But I'm just going to give everybody just another minute or two to get here. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you guys a little bit about myself, and then we'll start diving into all the science that I promised. So my name is Tiffany and I'm a doTERRA wellness advocate, and I've been with doTERRA for a full year now, and it has been an exciting ride. When I first got started with doTERRA, I already knew a little bit about essential oils through working through a research greenhouse that I work at. And when I went to the class, I didn't know that there were any health benefits to essential oils. So that's where I kind of started, was I didn't know there were any health benefits. And I went to this class, and I guess I got a sample before I went to the class, and it worked really well on one of my daughters. It really helped her a lot, and I was blown away by it. And so I got really excited, and at the class I ended up purchasing a kit. And when I first got started, I'd had this amazing product experience. I was really excited I could start using them. And the person that enrolled me kept asking me if I was interested in doing the business, and I kept telling her no, that was not something I was interested in. But I am somebody who, I'm really into science. You guys will see. That's why I'm so excited about this class tonight. But also, I love to educate myself. I love to learn. I just love learning. And so as I was trying to learn more and more about essential oils, I kept coming across the compensation plan and the business side of it. And so one day when I was taking notes, because that's what I do, that's how I take in my information the best, is by taking notes. And I noticed that I was taking notes on the business, and I was like, what am I doing? And it finally just dawned on me, a light bulb went off, that, I've always taken Gandhi's quote, "You must be the change in the world you wish to see," to heart. And this was my chance, this is my chance to really be a positive change in other people's lives using natural solutions to help their health and financial challenges. And so it's something that I'm very passionate about and I really love. And I also, one of my big strengths is that I love education and I love to educate other people. So that's why I've started these webinar Wednesdays. And so every other Wednesday, I'm going to be diving into another part of doTERRA, and I'm trying to get a little bit behind the science so that way I can really bring that to you guys and make it easier for you guys to learn. And I'm going to try to keep them as short as I can. I know everybody's busy. I'm a busy mom as well, and so I'm going to try to keep them 30 to 45 minutes. But we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to go ahead and get started talking about this daily nutrition pack. Now, we subtitled this presentation the Multivitamin Revolution because doTERRA sees a unique opportunity to embrace the latest science, and we successfully created what we can honestly call the most advanced multivitamin supplement in the world. We created a whole new way of formulating multivitamin products, and our new daily nutrition pack and lifelong vitality are the first multivitamins developed this way. So now that you're all excited, let's just spend a few minutes going over some of the basic issues. So first, many of you already know our doTERRA wellness lifestyle, and today we're focusing on the bottom of this wellness pyramid right here that we have in front of you. And that's all about eating right. That's what multivitamins do. They help us eat right. Experts agree everybody needs a multivitamin. Our diet falls short in meeting even the bare minimum requirements for many nutrients, or RDAs, which stands for Recommended Dietary Allowance. And I'm going to say that again because I'm going to be saying that a lot. So that's Recommended Dietary Allowance is what RDA stands for. In the US, 9 out of 10 adults do not meet the RDA for vitamin D and vitamin E, and over half of us don't meet the RDAs for vitamin A, calcium, and magnesium from our foods. A large USDA survey study of 21,500 people showed that not a single person in that study met the RDAs of all vitamins and minerals from food alone. So that's really, saying something with that big of a group that nobody met that. Now, there are some of you who are saying, I eat a healthy diet, so I don't need supplements. We like that the way you think, because you believe that you believe in the natural goodness of healthy food. And we encourage you to keep eating healthy foods. It's very important that you keep eating healthy foods. A healthy diet, is a real good, amazing base to get started with. But guess what? Today's healthy foods are still very different from the historical diet our genes are programmed for. For thousands of years, agricultural breeding has always had the goal of improving yield and taste. And since many of the micronutrients don't taste good, they have inadvertently been bred out of food. These ugly wild apples you see here on the left are about 100 times more phytonutritious and have much more vitamin C than apples you can buy in the grocery store today. And this is just one example of something that happened, and it's happened across our entire food chain. Now, I am actually working very closely with plant breeders. We are trying to breed perennial crops. It's an amazing program. And so I know exactly what they're talking about. When you really zone in on one gene, other genes fade out. And so it was really easy for them when they did this to naturally, these things that don't taste as well, these micronutrients, naturally weeded themselves out. So now you can see why even healthy diets today fail to meet the RDAs, and even less our optimal micronutrient requirements. So what does that mean? When we don't get optimal amounts of vitamins and minerals, we may deal with lack of energy or fatigue, irritability, dull-looking hair, dry skin, weak bones, occasional achiness and joint discomfort, or at least, or a less than stellar immune defense. In other words, we're not feeling good, and many of us don't even know that we're not feeling great. We don't even know it because we're just so used to it, because we've just not had that in our diets. So who needs multivitamins? This is why experts agree that you should try eating a healthy diet, high in fruit and vegetables, and take a multivitamin mineral supplement. So everybody needs a multivitamin. The next question is, which supplement should you take? This is a very important question because multivitamins are not something you can take occasionally as needed. They need to be taken every day, and they need to be safe and effective when they are taken over your lifetime. So what do we want in a good multivitamin? We know today that most micronutrients, the RDAs, are not sufficient, and that the optimal intake are often higher. But how much higher? And can we get too much? These questions have kept scientists busy for the last 50 years, and recent research makes it clear that it's time to rethink this multivitamin again. Multivitamins have been around for over 60 years. excuse me, sorry, I had a dry throat all of a sudden. And they produce, and the products have evolved in stages. So the first multivitamin hit the retail shelves in the 50s and 60s and remain a staple in today's retail and mass market. Let's call these vitamins version 1.0. These inexpensive products deliver the RDAs of most vitamins and lesser amount of most minerals. These ingredients are often poorly absorbed and utilized by the body, and they contain many artificial ingredients. Then researchers in the 80s and 90s suggested that above RDA amount of certain nutrients have additional health benefits, and these studies paved the way to current generations of comprehensive and high-dose multivitamins. These products delivered nutrient doses that are many times higher than what even the best diets could possibly deliver. They are popular in the specialties and direct sell markets. Competition in this multivitamin 2.0, that's what we're going to call these, our multivitamin 2.0 market, is fierce. So, and many companies are playing a high, or, oh, I'm sorry, I am all of a sudden really tongue-tied. So let me just start over. Competition in these multivitamin 2.0 markets is a fierce, and many companies are playing a horsepower game where more must be better. But more is not better. We know that in nature there is always a bell-shaped relationship, where initially at the lower nutrient intake, more is better. Then you reach a plateau of optimal intake, and then if you keep taking more and more, you see negative side effects and ultimately toxicity. There is no exceptions to this rule. Even water can kill you when you drink too much of it. And that's what the recent research showed for many vitamins. These studies were very large, and they showed the amount previously assumed safe turned out to cause some side effects when people take them for a very long time. Now that these problems, note that these problems may only happen and intake many vitamins above what one can get from a healthy diet. Like, excuse me, just a second, let me take a drink of water. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So note that these problems only happen in an intake amount many times above what one can get from a healthy diet, and for doing it over a long period of time. Interestingly, to this date, the supplement industry is taking a defensive position. They are belittling or dismissing these studies, but we at doTERRA take science very seriously. And this is one thing that I absolutely love about doTERRA, because I am big into science. We take these studies seriously because we know that there will be more of them. The good news for you is that doTERRA never believed in the more is better horsepower game. So where on this graph should we be? We should be here, right on the top. But that's easier said than done. Since we are studying lifelong safety and effectiveness, scientists could spend hundreds of years in clinical studies and still not know for sure. So is there a better way to find the optimal micronutrient intake? Of course there is. What about using nature as a guide? After all, nature has never been proven wrong. So instead of experimenting with unnatural dosage for years, for 100 years or more, we believe it is much smarter to look at those micronutrient intakes that would come from diets that nature has actually intended for us humans. Now, one of the things that we always say at my other job, where I'm a greenhouse manager, is that you should always take nature as measure. And so this really resonates with me, that we are taking nature as a guide to really find out what works best with our bodies. So what are the micronutrient intakes that nature intended for us humans? These should be levels that one can get from a perfectly natural diet. But what is a perfectly natural diet? The foods you see here are very natural and healthy, right? But remember, agriculture has changed what we eat and has bred out many of the micronutrients that are from our healthy foods. Today's healthy foods aren't what they used to be. So we need to look at our pre-agricultural diets. Over 20,000 genes, our 20,000 genes have not changed much at all since we first roamed the planet. But our diets have. Recently in human history, agricultural and industrial agriculture have changed what we eat dramatically. Our micronutrient intake used to be much higher during our long pre-agricultural history. What we ate back then and the micronutrients we used to get from these ancient diets, that's what nature has genetically programmed for us. Only recently, agriculture and most recently, industrialization have greatly reduced the micronutrient intakes. So when we want to use nature as a guide, then we have to use nature intakes during our long pre-agricultural period. These are intakes that our bodies still demand today since our genes really haven't changed. There are many good studies estimating our ancient nutrient intakes. These allow us to establish the natural intake range that we are genetically programmed for. And with that, we create a radically new process to formulate micronutrient supplements. These processes ensure lifelong safety and optimal health benefits. The process is actually quite simple and intuitive if you think about it. And it's fortunate for us that the rest of the industry hasn't discovered it so far. That's why the process is now patent pending and I can never say that word right. It's doTERRA. Nobody else has done this yet, so it's purely doTERRA's. Excuse me, I don't know why I have such a frog in my throat. So we applied our new process and created a 3.0 version of multivitamins where everything is in the natural balance. This 3.0 version agrees with all the recent micronutrient studies, positive and negative. We have created a new way of formulating multivitamins that really works and are unquestionably safe for a lifetime. For our industry, this is a huge, real game changer. So now we are on top of this bell-shaped curve for every micronutrient. That's where your optimal benefits and unquestionable safety. Nothing more and nothing less. Right in the middle, right where we need to be. This chart here lists all the vitamins and micronutrients, phytonutrients, and omega-3s you need every day. And the white zone is where we need to be to get the optimal, natural, balanced levels of everything. That's where you achieve the optimal micronutrients. This is in line with your natural, physiological, and your genes. If you go above the white zone, you get into the levels that would never be able to get from a natural diet. These high levels are not physiological for the human body. Not surprisingly, all of the recent negative studies used amounts above the white zone. No exceptions. Every single study was using a supplement that was above this white zone. When you get levels below the white zone, you get less than optimal health benefits. And if you get real low, then you run the risk of serious deficiency diseases. Here you can see how the RDA compares to our optimal intake. Most RDAs are not optimal. In fact, some nutrients like the omega-3s and polypropylene. And there are no RDAs at all. And for many nutrients, the RDAs are 2 to 5 times below the white optimal zone. Again, this is because the RDAs were designed to just prevent deficient diseases, but not to provide optimal nutrition. And remember, when I say what I said at the beginning, almost nobody even meets the RDAs from today's diet. So what exactly do we get from our diet? Well, let's take a look. So I really love this chart right here. It does a really good job of it just really shows what we're getting in our American diet. So the yellow bars show how much we're getting from a typical US diet. We're not doing well at all. We are very low in most micronutrients, and we are not in balance because we see a big difference between the individual nutrients. That's why experts recommend that everybody should supplement with a multivitamin. Okay, so let's see what happens when we supplement with one of these basic mass market multivitamins. Look at this slide, you guys. The blue bars represent the additional nutrient amount you're getting from the multivitamins. Okay, this is better than this is better for some nutrients, and now we are in the white zone or the optimal level, but only about half of the nutrients are either too low or too high. So this is far from optimal. We've also created more imbalances. Other problems not shown on this graph is that the cheap multivitamin also uses cheap ingredients that are often not well absorbed by the body. So just looking at the amount doesn't tell you the whole story. By the end of the day, taking the common multivitamin is of little benefit. They certainly don't help you achieve a natural balanced micronutrient intake. Now let's see what happens when you fall victim to the horsepower games and buy an expensive, high-potency multivitamin. Yikes, this chart's a little scary. You can see the supplement amount here in the red, and most of them are so high that they are clearly unnatural and potentially unhealthy. Also, this is a far cry from being in a natural balance. Unfortunately, many people waste a lot of money on these supplements and that are advertised as premier products. I can show you hundreds more of these examples, and they all look very similar to the two you just saw. Instead, let me show you what we did at doTERRA. All right, you guys, are you ready for this? Look at this chart. Oh, we're not to the chart yet. One more slide. Oh, I get so excited about the science. Sorry, guys. Using these new patent-pending formula processes, we completely updated our microplex, and now we are calling it microplex MVP. And we also updated our XE Omega formula. And then we went and put them together to create a new daily nutrition pack. Plus, both products use only the most potent, natural, bioavailable forms of each nutrient. So now we not only have the most natural nutrient types, we also have the most natural nutrient levels. Here's the chart of where we started. So when you supplement with our daily nutrition pack, so this is where you're at with just your diet alone. This is where you're at when you take the daily nutrition pack. You are moving all the micronutrients well within the optimal zone. And we are restoring a natural balance. Nothing's too high, nothing's too low. Just the natural optimization of everything. So for the first time, you have a product that is giving you the naturally balanced amount of each vitamin, mineral, trace element, phytonutrients, and omega-3. No less and no more. Now you're getting all the right types and amount of micronutrients your body is genetically programmed for. Here's another way of putting it. People have spent a lot of time getting the right balance of micronutrients, right? There's a lot of talk about the right amount of protein, carbs, and fat, but nobody so far has realized that the same principles apply to the micronutrients. Don't you think it's about time we get the micronutrients in balance as well? So let's go a little bit more in depth on each of these products. The Microplex MVP is completely new formula now. The MVP stands for multivitamin with polypropylenes, or most valuable player. Both are correct. This slide doesn't do Microplex MVP justice. It's such an amazing product with so many features. I could talk all day long about it, but I won't. But the take-home message is that this is true. This is, sorry, I have a little one trying to get in the office door. Okay, sorry, okay. So the take-home message, you guys, is that this is truly a no-compromise formula. Okay, no compromises. It's right where it needs to be. And as a result, Microplex MVP provides the perfect natural balance of all vitamins, minerals, polypropylenes your body needs. And we're usually absorbing the very best and most natural nutrients that are easily absorbed and utilized by your body. No compromises. Now let's talk about his teammate. We are completely updating our XE Omega formula, or sometimes it's pronounced Z Omega formula. It is now featuring a new Marina omega-3 blend with more DHA and much more potent plant omega-3 blends. The only thing we didn't need to change are our, of course, certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. The new formula is all natural and it fits nicely into a smaller, easier to swallow veggie capsule or veggie soft gel. And I was really surprised at how much of a size difference there was in between the two of them. I didn't think the ones were bad before, but man, it's really nice to have an even smaller pill to swallow. Now, EPA and DHA are the most beneficial omega-3 fatty acids. And as such, you can see here, they have different as well as shared health benefits. Recent studies have discovered that many new benefits for DHA. So today, most experts agree that it is best to get about an equal amount of each. That's why XE Omega now has 30 milligrams of each. That's 6 types of EPA and DHA that we're getting from our total diet, that we're getting from today's diet, and enough to bring our intakes within the optimal range for long-term health. And that's what we all want, right? We want long-term health. Now this, I was really excited to read about this. This is our calamari and fish oil, come from a top quality Norwegian manufacturer that are the best in the world. Every single batch is tested for over 250 contaminants. Let me just say that again. Every single batch is tested for over 250 contaminants. And both oils are certified sustainable by the Friends of the Sea organization in Europe. So they are Friends of the Sea, and they're tested to make sure there's no contaminants in it. doTERRA is one of the first to use calamari oil. It is very high in DHA. It is extremely clean. That's because calamari is very low on the food chain. And calamari is abundant in the ocean. So calamari oil is the perfect source for DHA. Even if you have a shellfish allergies, you likely will tolerate calamari oil just fine because it is not a shellfish. XE Omega is designed to, XE Omega is designed to be taken with the Microplex MVP, and together we call them the Daily Nutrition Pack. We put the word daily in the name because it gets all the amazing health benefits of these two products, and they need to be taken daily. So what health benefits can you expect when you take them? Yeah, look at all that, you guys. There are too many to list here, but these are the 17 most important. You have wellness, vitality, optimal nutrition, liver detoxification, digestive function, lung function, eye health, brain and nerve systems, healthy hair, skin, and nail, cardiovascular health, stress management, who could use a little stress management, immune function, bone health, DNA protection, yes, DNA protection, energy metabolism, and antioxidant protection. These are all profound health benefits, and most people who have already tried them tell me that they can feel a difference. Clearly, Daily Nutritional Pack is the most advanced and smartest way to supplement. So when I first started taking these, I was really surprised because I'd already been taking the Lifelong Vitality and I saw a huge difference. But this daily nutrition, you can just really feel that everything is in balance. I don't even know how to really explain how much better I felt because I'm a typical American. I do not eat the greatest diet. I try to eat healthy, but I don't always eat healthy. And so taking this just really helps get everything into balance. And I feel better. Man, if I do not take my daily nutrition pack, within a couple of hours, I can tell that I've forgotten it. And if I'm already at work, then I'm wishing that I had brought some with me. In fact, I now keep a little extra set in my purse just in case I forget it, because it just makes that much of a difference when I take it and when I don't take it. Now I am curious what you will experience. And we are actually doing a promotion on our team. If you're a part of our team, we're doing a promotion to really help promote you guys all taking this daily nutrition pack. And I'll be telling you a little bit more about that here at the end. So the daily nutrition pack is designed for men and women of all ages, including teenagers. And it is safe for pregnant and lactating moms. If you're pregnant or nursing, please consult your doctor before taking any supplements. You should take 2 capsules of each formula 2 times a day, 1 with breakfast and 1 with dinner. And it's that simple. You just have to make it a habit and you'll soon reap the full benefits. So the daily nutrition pack is an essential part of your foundation to help you eat right. And other Target doTERRA supplements are 100% compatible and can be taken safely with the daily nutrition pack. And for those of you who are currently taking Lifelong Vitality and want to keep using it, we have good news for you too. We have updated the Lifelong Vitality and our new Microplex MVP and XE Omega formulas, and we kept the current Alpha CRS unchanged. So people are asking, should I take Lifelong Vitality or should I take the Daily Nutrition Pack? Remember, the only difference is the Alpha CRS, which is more of a targeted beneficial supplement. Alpha CRS is targeted at immune benefits, energy, and the occasional aches and pains. If that's what you want, great. Keep taking the Lifelong Vitality. It's better now than it has ever been before. The Daily Nutrition Pack, however, is the most universal foundation supplement. So let me say that again. The Daily Nutrition Pack is the most universal foundation supplement because it only provides the Microplex MVP and the XE Omega. It only provides exactly what you need. And these are the products everyone should take every day, no matter what. Okay, do you think differently about multivitamins now? Do you see that we were not, oh my gosh, I always get hung up on this word. I'm so sorry, you guys. But now do you see that we weren't lying when we said that these are the most advanced micronutrient supplements in the world? With Daily Nutrition Pack and Lifelong Vitality, we are starting a multivitamin revolution. Now, I mentioned before that we have a little challenge for our team. If you are not on an LRP order yet and you start on your LRP order this month, and for the next 3 months, so be July, August, and September, if you have the Daily Nutrition Pack or the Lifelong Vitality Pack in those orders, in those loyalty rewards orders, then we, just for our team, are going to be giving you a $100 gift card to doTERRA. So the way that'll work is you guys will tell us what you want, we'll order it for you, and we'll give you $100 worth of doTERRA absolutely free, just for trying it. You guys, this is such a good supplement. This is such a good foundation for your health. And we are all about your health and helping make you the healthiest person possible. And this is the easiest way to get healthy, you guys. You don't have to change a lot. I mean, it is still good to eat right. It is still important to exercise and get those rest and manage your stress. And all of these things are very important. But this is an easy way to get started. And so we just feel very strongly about that. So that's why we're offering that promotion. Now, if you're brand new and you just found this through a link through Facebook, I will be contacting you and giving you more information about doTERRA and how to get started and how to get your Lifelong Vitality or Daily Nutrition Pack right away. So, and if I don't get to you first, feel free to message me at Tiffany Durr. So that's all that I have for you today. I hope you guys have really enjoyed diving into the science behind our Daily Nutrition Pack and our Lifelong Vitality. And I didn't do too bad. We're right at 40 minutes. So I kind of hit my goal for not keeping you guys too long. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you guys all understand the importance of this Daily Nutrition Pack. And I hope everybody gives it a try. Now with doTERRA, you do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you take this product for 29 days and you decide it isn't for you, then you can call doTERRA and you can send it back. You can send back the bottle completely empty and you can get your money back. So you guys, there is no risk to you to try this. And it's so important for your health. I just cannot stress that enough. So please, please, try this Daily Nutrition Pack. Try it for a month. See what happens. I am sure you will stay on it as I have. My husband and I can't imagine living without it now that I have it. And that's just the way doTERRA is. I really love how much science and research we put behind it. But I've taken up enough of your time. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for listening to this and taking time out of your busy lives. I'm going to flip over here real quick and see if by chance we have any questions. And I don't see any questions at this time, so I'm going to sign off. You guys all have a very wonderful and happy evening.